myself almost wanting to be alone, you know, and to wear this name tag was just huge. I kept all my paraphernalia on, and I worked it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
And I was talking with her, and I was so giddy that she could not be crabby with me. And then she's looking at my name tag, and she's like, I've seen a bunch of those. So then, boom, you know, like, what do you do? And then that opened the gate for me to then talk about, you know, in 60 seconds or less, like, what do I do? And I'm this amazing health coach. I work for a phenomenal company, and it just flows. So then I end up leaving, and I think I gave out like 8 of my cards, you know, 8 different leads. But the one that stood out to me was we're in the line to go board the plane, and there's a whole bunch of us, and we're all talking, and then all of a sudden it just hit me. There's the challenge, you know, because there's people out here. How can I reach out to them? So literally turn my back to my friends, and I look ahead of me, and there's like a 13-year-old girl. You've got to be genuine with this. We are not salesmen. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. We're not salesmen, but it's got to come from the heart. I look at this girl, and I'm just talking to her about her book. And next thing you know, there's Dad, who comes over, Mr. Lawyer, and he's like, I don't believe that you've ever lost weight. And it started a conversation. And so even if this program wasn't for him specifically, he left, and I gave him my email address and our contact information, and I don't know, we just were nice. That's all it was. It was nice, making that relationship with one another. Because this isn't about selling, obviously. So we get, I then sit on the plane, which, by the way, now I'm in contact with this guy. Very nice guy. But anyway, so I get on the plane, and I purposely sat next to nobody that I knew because I didn't want to get in conversation, being like, I'll email you guys later. So I sit on the plane, and I purposely, I'm sitting there, and I'm making conversation with the 2 people that were next to me. And it was like, so what do you do? Again, I've got this. I sat myself on the aisle where they're looking at me, and I'm like, this is my bad, right in their face, you know? and they're just like, oh, hi, what do you do? Are you here for business or pleasure? And I went, leisure. And then I let them talk. And then first thing is there, she goes, so what do you mean? And I go, I love my job. And then I just went from there.
So what do you do?
Well, at this point, I kind of felt bad for them, is that I had a captive audience and they weren't going anywhere.
This is a 60-minute elevator speech. No, but the first part is to grab that attention. So let's actually hear a recap of what you said. So you love your job. What do you do?
Well, I'm a health coach, and I work for this amazing company called Take Shape for Life, and we're a health coach division for Medifast. We're fueled by Medifast.
I think I've heard of Medifast.
Oh yeah, it's a 5-in-1 plan, and oh gosh, so the hard part for me is actually, like, I tried to prepare for this speech. I can't prepare. But I do have a story that just, it was like one of those